live deep in the heart of West Texas. It's the James Hendricks Show, the superb in broadcasting network, the Hendrick Studies in Excellence of Conservative Federalists. No diplomas, no degrees, all that wonderful stuff. Well, we knew this was bound to happen sooner or later, so we're going to go ahead and get into the news. What do you say we go over to the American Thinker? That seems to be a little bit less reactive. When all else fails, falls. Bring out the masks. Top story of the day here. It's a story written by, well, I can get this stupid phone to cooperate. It's a story, an article written by Brian C. Jr. of American Thinker. If I can get rid of the ads, that's the problem with this particular we may have to forego the American Thinker today because it's being reactive. The world is approaching the 2-year anniversary of COVID, a life-changing event for many of us. The virus caused death, disability, and permanent illness for some. Closed businesses, interrupted educations, and upended lives in myriad ways. Of course, I go back to the mask mandates, huh? Look, I've said this and I'm going to keep on saying this, guys. I'm not opposed to wearing masks. If you have the slightest sickness like asthma or something, wear a mask. It's common sense. Or stay at home. But I don't think that it should be the government's to do this, okay? Here's one. Meet the technology that's uncovering 2020 voter fraud. Okay, let's look at this article briefly. It's written by Jay Valentine. Once again, the American Thinker is... I tell you what, it's hard to know. I think that story is old hat. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to go to Wall Street Journal. Since I can't get anything conservative news that's not being reactive right now, here's one. Jack Dorsey steps down as CEO of Twitter. Alright, let's check this out. If there's one source I can trust, it is the Wall Street Journal. The company's chief executive, Jack Dorsey, is stepping down. A departure that comes a year after he survived a challenge from activist investors. The Twitter co-founder, one of the most prominent figures in Silicon Valley, is also CEO of digital payments company Square Inc. Yeah, that comes to me as being a conflict of interest. Our reactive culture is, I'll tell you what, it's enough to drive you crazy. Okay? So I'm just telling you guys, look. Here's one. Here's another one. A story. How variant rattled world in 1 week. Guys, it seems like every few months there's a variant of this and a variant of that. And as a man that believes in public affairs, I think it's time for Americans to inform ourselves as to what's truth and what's propaganda. Alright, let's see if we can go back to the conservative news without so much of the hard sell on the... Okay, the escape to Mars or Zuckerberg's metaverse. Oh boy, this looks interesting. The impulse to escape the vicissitudes and sufferings characteristic of human life on Earth is understandable. Could probably be encapsulated in the graffito phrase, "Stop the world. I want to get off." What is this? What is this? People on both sides of the aisle going so reactive that people just, oh, be scared. Just end it all and be scared. Stop it. That's annoying. That's annoying. You want to know why the American people are fed up? Why? I'll tell you why. They're tired of being... I don't know if you're like me, and I hope you are. You're tired of being frightened and given what is ubiquitous garbage across this country with what's going on in the news. We are inundated with forceful reactive news. Okay, people call what we're going through cancel culture. No, it's much deeper than that. Why don't I just call it what it is, okay? Why don't I just call a spade a spade? American people are tired of hyperinflation. They're tired of hearing, how, there may not be Christmas gifts under the tree. They're looking for somebody to tell them what they can do about the problems in this world. They're looking for somebody to give them hope. Not this constant, COVID beware, COVID be scared type thing. Switching over from American thinker, I am disappointed. Here's one. The perfect old-fashioned holiday movies and the joy of bone marrow better. We're going to stay away from that one. Guys, come on. You want to celebrate Christmas in style this year? You want to have a decent Christmas? It ain't always about what is under the tree. I fondly remember one Christmas in 1995, after my grandmother died. I could have had anything to wish for and everything. But you know what I desired more than anything? The presence of God. And we as Americans have taken God out of the public square. I'll be very afraid. That's the world system now. Keep people on edge, keep people in line. Why do you think I stopped studying journalism? Think about that. Here's an article. It explains exactly what I'm talking about here in the Federalist. Hats off to the Federalists for covering something. Democrats make war on religion, institutions, justice, institution, just in time for the holidays. And here's what it says: the Biden administration strips faith-based social services from helping kids, and lawmakers on Capitol Hill working to force religious organizations out of child care. I don't know how many of you feel this way, but I know I do. I've had it. You want to fight this war on God, on religion? Teach your kids right from wrong. Teach them the Word of God daily. Because I'm going to tell you something, even though I am isolated out in the country, I am not immune to how reactive and sad and terrible this culture is getting. All you have to do is look on social media. And I know I probably am saying some things that's going to make some people mad. But I think that Americans should say, you know what, we've had enough of this. We've had enough of godless socialism. We've had enough of these people thinking that they can just come in and tell us how to raise our children and live our lives. I told you about a discussion I had with a friend of mine. See, people nowadays, sadly, and it's not their fault. It's because of our reactive culture. They have been made so ignorant as to believe everything that they hear on the news, when most of it, garbage. You might as well just take it and dump it in the garbage can. Americans, we must band together, united, to take this country back. I care about this country. I care about what's going on in this country. And so should you. So should you. And that means telling the reactor